Hello, everyone. Welcome back to our channel. Today, we'll be discussing the key recommendations from the 53rd GST Council meeting. Let's dive right in. Waiving interest and penalties. First up, the GST Council has recommended waiving interest and penalties for demand notices issued under Section 73 of the CGST Act. This applies to cases not involving fraud, suppression, or willful misstatement for the fiscal years 2017-18, 2018-19, and 2019-20. If you pay the full tax demanded by March 31st, 2025, you won't have to worry about these extra charges. This is a great relief for many taxpayers. Example, imagine you've received a demand notice for the year 2018-19. If you clear the tax amount by March 31st, 2025, you won't have to pay any interest or penalties. Input tax credit time limit. The Council has also extended the time limit to avail input tax credit, ITC, under Section 16(4) of the CGST Act. For invoices or debit notes pertaining to FY 2017-18, 2018-19, 2019-20, and 2020-21, you can now claim ITC through any GSTR 3B return filed up to November 30th, 2021. This retrospective amendment provides much-needed clarity. Example, if you missed claiming ITC for an invoice from 2019-20, you now have until November 30th, 2021 to include it in your returns. Monetary limits for appeals. To reduce litigation, the Council has set monetary limits for filing appeals by the Department. Appeals to the GST Appellate Tribunal will have a limit of Rs 20 lakh, to the High Court Rs 1 crore, and to the Supreme Court Rs 2 crores. Example, if the disputed amount in your case is below these thresholds, the Department will not file an appeal, saving both time and resources. Pre-deposit for appeals. The amount of pre-deposit required for filing appeals has been reduced. For appeals to the Appellate Authority, the maximum pre-deposit is now Rs 20 crores CGST and Rs 20 crores SGST. For the Appellate Tribunal, it's reduced to 10% with a maximum of Rs 20 crores CGST and Rs 20 crores SGST. Example, this reduction eases the financial burden on taxpayers when challenging assessments. Interest on delayed returns. No interest will be levied under Section 50 of the CGST Act for delayed filing of returns if the amount is available in the electronic cash ledger on the due date of filing. Example, if you had sufficient balance in your cash ledger on the due date but filed the return late, you won't be charged interest on that amount. Sunset clause for anti-profiteering. The Council has recommended a sunset clause from April 1st, 2025 for receiving new applications for anti-profiteering measures. This sets a clear end date for these provisions. Exemption for SEZ imports. Compensation cess on imports by SEZ units developers for authorized operations is exempt from July 1st, 2017. This is a significant benefit for SEZ developers and units. GST rates on goods. Several changes in GST rates on goods have been recommended. All milk cans will attract 12% GST. Cartons, boxes, and cases of paper will have a reduced GST rate of 12%. All solar cookers will attract 12% GST. A uniform rate of 5% IGST will apply to imports of parts and tools for aircrafts. Exemptions for Indian Railways. Certain services provided by Indian Railways to the public, like platform tickets and waiting room facilities, are exempted from GST. This also applies to intra-railway transactions. Accommodation services. A new exemption has been created for accommodation services valued up to Rs 20,000 per month per person, provided for a minimum continuous period of 90 days. This benefits students and working professionals. Biometric Aadhaar authentication. The GST Council recommends rolling out biometric-based Aadhaar authentication for registration applicants across India in a phased manner. This step aims to strengthen the registration process and curb fraudulent ITC claims. That's all for today's update on the 53rd GST Council meeting recommendations. These changes aim to simplify the GST compliance process and provide relief to taxpayers. Stay tuned to our channel for more updates and detailed explanations on GST-related topics. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe.